Search up hashtag #TrollsSaveTheHumans on Instagram, and you'll see a whole bunch of influencers visiting these huge wooden trolls at the Wild Center in Tupper Lake. Turn the volume up and you'll hear lots of fairy tale kind of music as well. The Trolls Save the Humans installation deep in the woods of the Wild Center has become a sensation in the Adirondacks this summer. It's about art and nature and a call to stop producing so much garbage. That's today's story of the day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from the Clarkson School, offering advanced high school age students the opportunity to start college early at Clarkson University. clarkson.edu/TCS.
Hey, I'm David Summerstein. It's Friday, October 14th. First up, the Adirondack Park Agency Board had a complicated debate over a logging project in southern St. Lawrence County at its meeting yesterday. Emily Russell has the details.
Lime Timber Company owns more than 250,000 acres of land in the Adirondacks. One of its largest tracts is known as the Colton-Piercefield Tract. It's in southern St. Lawrence County. That's where the company wants to log about 680 acres. The Adirondack Park Agency's Aaron Zeman presented the project to the APA board on Thursday. He showed maps of where Lime Timber plans to log.
Zooming in a little closer now, you can see Route 3 moving from east to west, the village of Tupper Lake to the east, Cranberry Lake to the west.
As Zeman explained, the forest land was damaged in the 1998 ice storm. So Lime Timber wants to harvest nearly all of the damaged overstory and turn it into pulp. Zeman showed photos from that property.
On the left is a maple tree. You can see this crook at the top that diminishes its value as a log tree. On the right are a pair of yellow birch trees, and you see the curvature in these stems as they bow out towards the bottom. That curvature diminishes the value of those trees.
By logging most of the land there, Zeman told the board that would leave room for the younger understory of trees to grow into a healthy forest. There are strict laws in the Adirondacks about cutting down trees. You can't clear-cut a property bigger than 25 acres without a permit. APA board member Rush Holt pointed out that fact.
There has to be a good reason to do more than that. And there has to be no undue damage.
Holt said he was worried about the impact that the logging project would have on biodiversity in the area. He also posed a broader question about the APA's commitment to reviewing projects through a scientific lens, looking at data and other projections. Holt wondered whether the agency had used that approach with this project. Aaron Zeman responded, saying that the APA does take a scientific approach to projects within the context of development. He also urged Holt to consider the longer-term impact of the logging plan.
They're changing the forest from an older cereal stage to a younger stage, which will have benefits for a different suite of animals than is currently there, a different suite of wildlife. It will be different, but it will still be forested area acting as forested area.
At the end of the debate, the project went up for a vote. Rush Holt and Benita Law Jiao voted against it. Everyone else was in favor, so the project got approved. Emily Russell, North Country Public Radio, Raybrook.
6 giant trolls have taken over Tupper Lake. You can search for these magical creatures in person among the trees, trails, and forests of the Wild Center. The wooden trolls are part of a traveling art exhibit that pushes us humans to reconnect with our environment and in turn take better care of it. Catherine Wheeler has our story.
At the edge of the Wild Center's parking lot, a giant wooden troll has hauled a red smart car over to her resting spot.
This is Rosa Sunfinger. Rosa is the botanical troll.
That's Nick Gunn. He's the director of marketing and visitor experience at the Wild Center in Tupper Lake.
She has pulled this car from the parking lot back to where she's kneeling down, and she's ripped the top off.
Rosa's hand hovers over the car, her thick fingers just grazing the wildflowers she's planted inside. A smile is tight across her face, accentuating chubby cheeks. Rosa and her 5 friends are a part of a traveling exhibit called Trolls Save the Humans that's now at the Wild Center. Gunn says these trolls are special for a few reasons. For one, they're made entirely out of trash.
Stuff that you would literally find in a dumpster. It is old, discarded pallet wood that is weathered and beat up, but I think that there's a certain beauty in the fact that it is just all made out of garbage.
That's really the point of the trolls. They're the work of Danish artist Thomas Dambo.
The last 12 years, I've spent my life building almost 200 sculptures in 19 countries around the world in a giant troll treasure hunt.
Dambo created these trolls and the fairy tales surrounding them to teach people that trash isn't worth throwing away entirely.
The biggest problem we have in our civilization is that we are emptying our world from resources while we're drowning in trash. And the solution to both problems is screamingly obvious. The one is the solution for the other, right? It is like use the resources we have again and again and again, rather than suffocating our world with them.
While most of Dambo's trolls have permanent homes around the world, these 6 move around, spreading the message. Each troll has to find its own hideaway at the Wild Center, but their leader isn't shy. Rania Redeye is right out front. I was there on setup day. A crew hoists her orange-toned head onto her shingled gray trunk. 2 front teeth peek out of her warm smile, and there's the teeniest glint in her eye. With one hand, Rania has planted the flag of her trolls. The other is open, here to welcome you, but also kind of like a hug. Wild Center volunteer Terry Goodenbauer beams up at her.
She looks like a whole lot of fun, welcoming all the kids, old and young, in here to explore and do all of that. She's so natural being here.
Goodenbauer snaps a few videos of Rania and sends them to her 6-year-old grandson, who's visiting this summer. Goodenbauer says she thinks the trolls will wow him, and she hopes they bring out the wonder in all of us.
That's what I'm looking forward to this summer, is to see what kind of fun they draw out of everyone when they get here and what they encourage them to do. For her, she just looks like she's the leader of the hike, and she is ready to show everyone all over the place. She is just full of energy and spirit, and she's ready to take everyone out to meet all of her friends.
One of those pals, Ibby Pip, has taken over the museum's music forest.
There's over 200 birdhouses on this trail right now. It makes for like a pretty stunning visual.
Orange, purple, blue, yellow, and green birdhouses transform a run-of-the-mill pine forest trail. Nick Gunn says Dambo's crew built some of these, but the Wild Center also partnered with local middle and high schoolers to construct dozens more. They're posted all over the trees, making it seem like you've wandered into a fairy tale instead of the Adirondacks.
It looks like it jumped off the page of a children's story and kind of creates a setting that it's hard not to feel whimsical and like happy being out here.
As you walk deeper into the forest, music slowly envelops you. The Wild Center commissioned a composer to create a soundtrack for Ibby Pip's Woods. A mix of classical notes, hammering, and recorded birdsong harmonizes with the real outdoors.
It is very particularly mixed so that each track gets its own speaker, so it definitely crescendos, and like you're going to hear things out of the left-hand side of this trail, and you're going to hear birds chirping on the right-hand side, and then it mixes in with actual bird sounds that you're hearing.
While the trolls are on a mission to change us, they're also shaking up the Adirondacks. Dambo's trolls are global icons, and this is the first time they've come to New York State.
So we're really proud of that, but it also is an opportunity to like show off the Adirondacks to people who haven't been here before that are coming specifically to see these trolls.
Since the exhibit opened in June, Gunn says the museum is seeing a 155% increase in visitors compared to last year. People have come from all 50 states, Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and 11 different countries. Gunn says it's a sign that the mission of Dambo's art and the Wild Center are in sync.
These things travel around and they're placed at a botanical garden or a zoo, right? Somewhere where the ground is very well manicured. And, and they're up on a pedestal and they're behind like a rope or a physical barrier. But here, I think the thing that got us excited about it and the thing that got Thomas excited about it, quite frankly, is they're hidden in the middle of the woods. And I think that's where these things were meant to be in a place like this.
Gunn says the two fit so well together. The Wild Center is lobbying Dambo to build a permanent troll on the grounds. There's still plenty of time to visit the traveling trolls. They're at the Wild Center through October, welcoming you into their world to remind you to care for ours. Catherine Wheeler, North Country Public Radio in Tupper Lake.
Music today by Caitlin Scholl of Lake Placid and Martha Gallagher of Keene. Have a great weekend. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.